Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to episode 5 of me playing Planescape Torment, in which I leave pretty much for sure. No, I'm leaving the bar like right away. Also, you may have erroneously heard me say something about a ninth part of the Circle of Zerthamon, which is ridiculous because it doesn't exist. There's only 8 parts, although that shows like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, but there's only 8. I finished it. So yeah. So let's see. Walking. Hive thugs. We don't care about the hive thugs. We don't care about collectors or angry hive dwellers or barking wilder. Actually, we might care about barking wilder. Let's find out. Guess what? We do care about him. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, snarling and giving low growls. It looks like he hasn't trimmed his hair in years. It's so long it forms a veil over his eyes. He has a long, stringy mustache, caked with grease and sweat, and the tips of the mustache droop so much that they have become tangled in his ragged beard. "Greetings," I say. The man stops in mid-snarl, and he reaches up to part the curtain of hair that covers his eyes. As his withered hand pulls away his dirty locks, several strange, puce-covered colored bugs fall from his hair and scatter across the cobbles. Behind the cloak of hair, the man's flesh is moon-pale and creased with wrinkles. His thick, bushy eyebrows form a V as he stares at you. He says, "And, might take the moonfly too?" And so I respond, "Take your hand and fly to the moon? Not today, my friend." The man frowns, but his eyebrows tilt upwards in a reverse V, creating a bizarre expression. You have no idea how he accomplishes the facial expression, but it makes you uncomfortable watching the muscles beneath his face shift into the new pattern. You can't tell whether he's angry, curious, both, or neither. He says, "Singed can speak a man answers prefer a woodwoman's heart." And then I answer, theoretically, with lawful stuff. We'll see how this goes. "Single kiss speaks a woman's hearts, but a man's answer is what you would prefer." "Very well, but know this. My answer is a question, and an answer from you is what I would prefer." The man seems mesmerized by your voice. With every word you speak, a light flickers in his eyes. He says, "Barking wilder am I am, a wanting asking a may you may?" And then I say, I'm looking for a lost journal. Do you know where I might find one?" He frowns, squints his eyes shut, then opens them back up. When he speaks again, his voice is level and straightforward. It's like a different, saner person is speaking. The effect is eerie. "More than one lost, more than one must you find. Each part of you had one, so more than one must you find." He blinks and shakes his head for a moment, as if surprised at himself, then chuckles uneasily. "Can you tell me where at least one of them is?" It looks like he's about to object, then suddenly his left fist comes up and smacks him in the temple. He howls in response, then suddenly stops, blinking. "One is in a cupboard in your guest room in the Hall of the Sensates, and another is on the walls of a tomb sealed deep beneath the city where the stones weep. The others are..." Before he can finish, his right fist comes up and smashes him in the face, causing him to yell again. He blinks and shakes his head for a moment, as if surprised at himself, then smiles uneasily. And the other questions are interesting possibly, but not fruitful. And so I say, "Farewell then. Mort." "Well, that's one tree with a snapped branch too many." Mort rolls his eyes. "No sense in chatting with Zousitects, Chief. They're a barmy bunch." "Zousitects?" Mort says, "They're a faction who don't have any rules, except don't keep one thought in their head for too long. They're sometimes called Chaos Men. No need to explain why." "I see. let's go then. Oh, let's see here. Oh, right, I'm being attacked by hive thugs, because that technically started before the conversation, but, you know, we ignored that. So yeah, die, hive thugs, die. I guess I could have, like, used magic, but whatever. Time to pick up some rings, and I don't want a rusty dagger. That's stupid. Why would I pick up a rusty dagger? Actually, I'm gonna pick up a rusty dagger and see if it's better than mine. No. Wow, it's fragile, breakable, and does less damage. Excellent. I don't even know what fragile and breakable do, but it sounds excellent. And by excellent, I mean it sounds like it would do those things. So, let's see, go over here. I don't remember if these people have anything interesting. Huh. Oh, this could be stuff that was not, like, implemented, but is now. So I'm going to improvise. I'm going to talk to them. I talked to Adzoil Arian Ard. The slightly effeminate, well-groomed young man is watching passers-by with a contemptuous sneer. His hand rests on the elaborately crafted, bejeweled hilt of a saber. With his silk garments and suede boots, he seems painfully out of place. Greetings, I say. Though with his delicate features and bow lips he could pass for a comely woman, his voice, despite its softness, is without doubt a male's. He says, a stranger, another cutter. He spits the word out as if its taste offended him. Come to challenge my blade? No farewell. I don't really care about you. You're boring. So I talked to Ray Chaser. This filthy robed man is meandering about, looking about warily. You notice he never seems to stray far from a young nobleman nearby. He sees you looking at him and begins to move off hurriedly. Greetings, I say, because, you know, I can talk to anybody. He spins to face you, eyes wide with fear. You notice his face is covered with weeping sores. Fat, black flies fit lazily about his head. Don't hurt me, my lord. I don't know nothing. I don't got nothing. And so I say, I had some questions, because, you know, why not talk to random people who are afraid of me? He steps back away. He doesn't want to talk to me. Boring people. Boring. Maybe I'll cut them out. Maybe not. Hey, look, a damsel in distress. Let's talk to the damsel in distress, because we can. You see a pretty young woman, her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and then notices you. Greetings, I say. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice that the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, please. They're killing my sister. She begins to tug on your arm. I'll help you. Take me to her. Because, you know, good. Why not? It's a damsel in distress. How could we not help her? A look of release washes over her face. She tugs at your arm. This way, Cutter. Follow her. Into a convenient dark alleyway nearby. Which definitely won't have any enemies. Well, actually it will, because, you know, she said that. But yeah. There's just thugs attacking me. Also, I can kill her now. So it's probably gonna happen. And looks like she's walking away and I'm killing people with weapons first. Wow, she's sure walking. Now she's running. And I'm killing some hype thugs. Also, I'm hurt, apparently. Which is reasonable considering I have 12 out of 41 hit points. But, you know, I don't really care. She ran over this way somewhere, and she appears to have disappeared from my sight, so whatever. Alright, let's see here. We are going to talk with Mort now, because I want to do something. I know it's sort of random. Alright, blah blah blah, we don't care about the first two. Mort, I don't mind you tagging along, but is there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey, chattering's my best trait. He rattles his teeth for a moment, then grins. Eh? Eh? And I say, oh, that's good to hear. He says, no, but seriously, Chief, I got a knack for shattering in just the right way. I can really bend an ear, if you know what I'm saying. I got insults backed off, stuff that'll curl someone's ears into their skull, you know. How's that useful? It's one of my many talents. I call it my litany of curses. You see, sometimes I can really bend someone's ear with just the right comment. Of course, then I usually have to do a lot of running afterwards. But you get the idea. How does it work? Well, I can spit insults at somebody until they get mad enough to chase me around. Basically, he can taunt people. Also, if he hears more insults, he gets better at it. So, let's see here. Save. Alright, now we are going to go talk to this person of ill repute. Doesn't really matter which one I talk to, I get the same conversation. Harlot, in case you're not actually watching and just listening to me. You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. And I'm not going to say her stuff, because I don't really care. And it's awkward. Blah blah blah. You know, trying to ply her wares. You can read it if you want to. Anyway. And Mort says, what good fortune. We probably lost what we're looking for back at your place, miss. And let's see. I did have some questions. And she's like, well, I'm not a toot, as in like a tutor who shows people around. But if you can pay me, yeah. Anyway. I guess I might as well read this. Whatever. She says, for a handsome basher like yourself, she gives a wide smile, revealing a row of dirty teeth. 3 carpels will be enough to loosen your tongue. Other questions of a deeper chant will cost you more, though. As in, like, you know, actual useful stuff. Alright, so we give her 3 coppers. Now, there were some things I wanted to know. I'm looking for someone named Farad. She says, Farad, now that's one of the greater darks, love. If you wanted to be new about that blood, that'll be thrice the coppers of a normal asking. So basically, she wants 9 coppers. So I give her 9 coppers. Okay, blah blah blah. She looks at the coins, pockets them. Alright, what do you want to know about Farad, approximately? What can you tell me about him? It's really hard to talk in hive speak. She shrugs. Chant is he's a collector boss. Has a whole bunch of bloods in his shadow. Where can I find him? I get experience. Alright. No one knows for dead sure, but if I were to suggest a place, love, I'd say Ragpricker Square. Ragpricker Square? Aye, a bunch of heaps of rag and trash 3 blocks due west of the mortuary. All the collectors share their kip there. Chances are Farad's got his kip there too. What's a collector? You know, themselves to pick up debtors for drink. A lot, sorry. They gather bodies? Why? 'Cause they don't got the looks to do what I do. Thanks for the information. Farewell. Alright, and Mort talks to me. Chief, can you sport me some drink? It's, been a long time, it has. I'm not even going to ask how you intend to accomplish this. The woman breaks in. It's twice the cost of the Mimir, or any other degenerate. Mimir? No, it's like, Mimir's a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. And then I say, I see. Well, don't sweat it, Mort. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. And then, let's see. She says, may a pox shrivel your innards. You have this stinking fashion sense of a goat herd, and you're twice as ugly. Mort stares, hypnotized, as the harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of the verbal avalanche, Mort is silenced for a moment, then turns to you. Wow, Chief. Got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. He turns back to the harlot, who is catching her breath. I'm also in love. And then we leave. Let's see how long this episode has been going. I don't know when I started this. I'm just going to continue. Alright. Let's go talk to the post. This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe, and judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from the rotten fruit. Oh, from rotten fruit and to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. Examine the graffiti and notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant, and one on his chest looks like an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of want ad. Examine the want ad, why not? Wanted, able-bodied person willing to investigate the matter of most importance to the Dustman cause, willing to offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with the initiate Noroj, gathering dust bar. Alright, we're going to examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You'd guess that this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of his head. I'll pry out the cobblestone, because, you know, you don't want cobblestones in your head. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever his head turned into ooze, whatever was in his head turned ooze long ago. Let's look at the other notices. Let's examine the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustman to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Ferret on the corpse's left arm, then slashed an X on it. Leave the corpse. Hold on. There was a thing I was supposed to do. Okay. I do have to examine some of the other notices. Look at the post for the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. To those high citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and generous. Spelled with a J. Also honorable spelled without or. It's spelled wrong too. Central government, inquire forthwith. Everything's spelled wrong. At the Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid. Carpet given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only, no cat, dog, or fiend tail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Asked for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort. The 39th. Examine the other notices. I'm just going to smoldering corpse bar, ask about it. The zombie immediately jerks his arm upward and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to his side with his job. Mort says, reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed. Well, I mean, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. And then we look at the graffiti, and then we ask about Ferret. The zombie immediately jerks his left arm upwards and points far to the west, and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with the thump. Well, that's very informative. Thanks. Dustman, we don't care about you. Quentin, yeah, we probably want to talk to you. The man before you looks to be a middle of height and years. He is stout, with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched, as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. This room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what this monolith was. It's a tombstone for the plains. He scoffs. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's on the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there. Hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains? Aye, Quentin smiles ruefully. The Dusties scratch the names of the dead on this monument here. He gestures around him, and on the walls of this place. Not enough space by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half the names. What are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I even knew them. Nothing more. The dustmen record the names of all that have died on this monument? Aye, they scratch them on this rock, and scratch them on the walls in this place too. Quentin scoffs. I don't know why they take the trouble to take accounting of the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. The living? Aye, no, the dustmen mourners that come to this place, they aren't mourning the dead, you see. They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without asking to mourn some poor living bird for you. Why do they mourn the living? You got me there, Cutter, he shrugs. Might want to put the question to them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He looks at the monument. Every name on the air is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody who came back after their name was put on there? You mean come back from the death? Quentin shakes his head. Not a one, Cutter. Everyone that lives dies, and that's the way of things, he shrugs. Still, considering the planes go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. I see. Thanks. So we're going to go talk to dustmen about their philosophy because of stuff. Blah blah blah, this dustman is dressed in long dark robes, and her hands are folded into her sleeves, her head is bowed, and she is chanting at a measured pace with the other dustmen around her. Greetings! I'll listen to their chanting. All the dustmen carry the exact same tone and rhythm. The chant rises to a near shout every few minutes, and slowly fades in a way that reminds you of an echo. Once it fades completely, the dustmen speak several lines praising the true death, then begin their chant again. Let's try talking again. No, that's not what we want. We need to find other dustmen at some point. Oh, person running around, come back! We need to talk to you. Ingress. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her head is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is suffused lumps of flesh. It looks melted like wax exposed to great heat. Greetings, because that's how I'd say what I'd say to that person. What is it you want to me? The woman's accent is thick and you're having difficulty making out what he's saying. You want me to leave? Not leaving this city? No, I'm not. I can't. Try it. It's not a city. It's a prison to everywhere. Everywhere? There's worlds. There's... Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sand. Fields, thirsty nettles be sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are... dust and whisper ash. The house without doors. The twilight lands. The singing winds. The singing winds. She starts to sob quietly, but she seems all out of tears. And shadows, the terrible shadows there be. Where are these places? Where's them places? She flings the lump of her right hand in her gesturing at the cityscape. They're all here be. Doors here to everywhere. Doors? You're not knowing this? She squints at you, and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, it does, and with this key they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal. All eager to take you someplace else, they steal you away. She raises the lump of her right hand. And sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you as a tithe. What are these keys? The keys number as many as the doors of the city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again, as if she is cold. And a key is? A key is anything. To baby an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers a thought 3 times, and then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. And these are all keys that open these doors? Yes. Her teeth start chattering, and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes, I can't leave. Can't leave. How did you get here? From... She seems to calm slightly, and her eyes take on 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. Hummed attuned by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the cross trees, showed me the city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried! She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried! All the doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some a purpose, some accident, none of them are right. Can't find the way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here, this square. And there, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. Can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here, could be a portal. Don't know the way, don't know the key, could get sent to another horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. Got to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me, and I might not be knowing it. You're afraid to go through any door or arch because it might be a portal? She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand... She stops. Since my 10th turning. I'm in my 4th 10th turning that now. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years? Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They are moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you step through accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10, lost my hand burdened with flesh, and lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find means to help you, I will. Let's see. And who else do we want to talk to? Bane the Sender, we want to talk to you. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. By the way, there are quests everywhere in this game. So many quests. I mean, yeah, everywhere. It's awesome. Sorry. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out to you in a high voice. Craddock? Good sir? What? His hopeful expression dies as he studies your face. 1,000 apologies, good sir, if I have given offense. He gives a slight bow. I'm called Bane the Sender, the 3rd child of Bane the Sender. I'm one of many runners in the employ of House's Senders. No apologies necessary, Bane. What do you want? 1,000 apologies for troubling you with such trivial matter, but I seek Craddock, an overseer in the hive. Bane looks like he is in pain, but alas, he eludes me. He looks at you hopefully again. Could it be that you have heard of such a man? I'm sorry, I haven't. Bane gives a deep sigh. I'm bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet, fortune has chosen not to favor me. I could help you. If I come across the man, I could pass along your message. Bane's face lights up like a lantern. Oh, fortunate Dane for Bane and the House of Senders. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. If you can find this Craddock and pass along the message, I shall see to it you are paid for your troubles. Alright, what's the message? Bane recites the message almost like a mantra. The shipment must be encursed by the 3rd day or there will be a penalty. Bane frowns. I am told that Craddock will know of the shipment to which the message pertains. If I see Craddock, I will pass along the message. Is there anything you can tell me about him before I go that might help me find him? He is said to be a giant of a man, stern of features, that he is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that, good sir. I see. That's enough to go on for now. Bayan bows. Thank you, sir. Should fortune favor you, and you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I will see to it your efforts are rewarded. Very well. Farewell, Bayan. And then I remember there's one more person I have to talk to around here. Hello, Sevtai. You are a tiefling. This woman's face looks broken and she is covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She is cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands and is staring emptily at the walls of the monument. At the names there. Greetings! Hist! Get you back. The woman's teeth peel back, displaying a row of black canines. What you want of Sevtai? What's the matter? What's wrong? Those chaos men wrecked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. Now they're nothing but names on this memorial wall. Chaos men? Oh, we already know who they are. Who are these chaos men who attacked you? They're a hiver gang, a bunch of addled sods that call themselves the Starved Dogs, Barkings, or some such barmy nonsense. Their actions were unjust. If you wish, I can see that the matter is rectified. If 3 deaths they caused, then 3 deaths the starved dog shall suffer. A copper earring in your purse if you pen 3 of those murdering sods in the dead book. Jig? I'll see to it that they're put in the dead book. Can you tell me where they might be found? Go out the south gate, spireward from here, then walk around the block until you come to a place where men run in circles, howling at the sig sky. They're the starved dogs, they are. Yeah, I've been to that block. It's the one with all of the harlots and drunks south of here. I'll go there and return shortly. Killing people time. Also probably soon end of the episode time. Ooh, look at people run. We are runners. It's a good thing we never get tired. Let's have a good reason, like, you know, being immortal and being a floating skull. He's just, you know, durable, I guess. Hello, starved dog barking thugs. This wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick matted hair you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes to what appear to be lines of verse. He is almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him the semblance of modesty. Greetings. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds and starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you hear answering barks. I said, greetings. The man's barking ends with a snarl and he leaps at you. If that's how you want to die, Wolfman. Alright, you will get to see me cast a spell now. Because I can. Also, Dakan's going to cast a spell. Rain of Anger. Oh, I died. Whoops. I did not predict that was going to happen. But don't worry, because I'm immortal. So yeah. Sneaky. Ah, people want to talk to me. Run away, run away. We don't want to talk to the people. We want to leave this place. Alright, we're going to go fight those guys again, and then that'll probably be the end of this episode. I think I've already said that, but it'll be really true this time, probably. We're just gonna attack them. No, wait. Khan's going to attack them. I'm going to use Chromatic Orb. Because it's a spell. And another Missile of Patience. We kill the dude. Oh, I don't have any more offensive spells. So yeah, you might wonder where the challenge in this game is with, you know, being immortal and all. But it's not really about challenging fights. It's about awesome. And that's what this game has. Alright, so I've killed 3 of those dudes, and that's a good spot to stop this episode. We'll go turn in quests and do quests and stuff next time.